Hey guys, in this review we will be taking a look at the latest Crypto Profitz platform by Jason Fulton, where it promises you to be able to build a business by creating cryptocurrency websites with very little effort. We will have a quick look over the product sales page and we will dive into the members area, and I will show you some of the tools and features inside along with some of the demo sites that can be created on the platform, and we'll quickly go over the upsells and additional features towards the end. And also make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as I will be sharing with you a valuable resource that will help you to create an honest and sustainable business online from scratch, and why you should avoid products like these. So make sure to keep watching to find out more. So if you're not familiar with Crypto Profitz, it's a website generation software that allows you to create websites very quickly, and it's all based around Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. It allows you to generate specific type of websites similar to this here. It allows you to pretty much generate money on autopilot. So it gives you examples of how you can actually do this. So it's made for beginners. You can do this from the comfort of your own home. It allows you to create websites within literally one click, and it guarantees you pretty much that you can start to see results very quickly. Now it does a lot of what it does say here, but the guaranteed results, that actually isn't really true, because to see any sort of results online takes a lot of time, effort and hard work. I do discuss this on a lot of my reviews and videos on my channel. There's no instant overnight success. So platforms like this here do feed into that emotional trigger of newbies that come in where they want those results, but they're not aware of the work that it actually takes to actually build a sustainable business online. So you do have to be aware of this. So as you go through the sales page, it's very similar to a lot of products that are created from these type of vendors, where they promise you a lot of instant results and they show you screenshots of instant cash and the like. And the problem is with that is that there's no guarantees that a lot of these results are actually generated from the actual program itself, and they can be very easily manipulated. So as you go through the sales page, you'll see a lot more information about the platform, but as you go and scroll down through the page, you'll find that even though it is well presented and it looks professional, you see a lot of the same features and information pretty much being regurgitated throughout the page, as it just goes on for a long time, and more often than not you won't even get that far to actually want to actually click on anything, or if you do, you won't read through the entire page and you'll end up just clicking on the button to buy it now without even really thinking of the consequences of how the platform is going to be useful for you or not. But again, you can take some time to digest the information if you are willing to do that and actually have a look at it, and you can see what the platform is actually about. Also be aware as well with the likes of platforms like this that when they provide you with a money back guarantee, it isn't always a guarantee, because even though it states on the website that you're guaranteed to get your money back, there's a lot of chances that you won't actually get your money back, because a lot of products like this here, once you sign up, there's always usually a lot of issues. People can't log in, the software doesn't work, there can be any number of issues, and when you try to actually get a refund, it's almost impossible to actually get your money back. So you should be aware of this if you are even considering to look at a platform like this. So we're quickly going to just dive into the members area, and I'm just going to show you around the tools and features of how the platform can be used. So once you're inside the dashboard of Crypto Profitz, you can see that it's a very simplistic setup. You have your dashboard, which shows you pretty much some of the basic information that's relevant to your account. You can manage any websites that you've created. You can set up new websites. It also has the ability to create done for you websites. You can set up your own ads. It has some training modules and even has a support system, but we won't go into the support system too much, because if you've watched any of my previous videos, or if you have watched similar reviews to products like these here, you'll know that the support systems for these platforms are non-existent pretty much. They never really work and nobody ever really gets back to you, so it's not really worth looking into. But as you go through the platform, just to give you an example of this here, if you've actually watched my previous review from the same vendor, which was Talked, which is only a couple of weeks ago as of recording this video, you can see that the layout of the dashboard is actually identical pretty much to the likes of this platform here. Pretty much what a lot of these vendors do is they just take a lot of their previous versions of the software and they just reskin it and slap a different name on it, and they just pretty much just update some of the features inside. And as you can see here, this here is no different. So if you haven't watched that review of Talked, I'll make sure to leave a link below in the description so that you can also go and check it out, and you can see the similarities between the two. So as you come onto the platform, you can click on manage sites or create a new video site. So if you click on manage sites, you will see that it will actually categorize all the websites that you would have created inside of the platform. So everything is housed inside, as it actually is housed on the domain of the app itself. Now that's fine for what it actually is, but the problem you have is that if you actually want to get a lot of these sites ranked on the likes of Google and so forth, there's a very high chance that they won't even rank, because again, they're not a legitimate domain. So Google would find it difficult to really understand what your website is about. So you can actually come in and create your own video sites. You can also send traffic to the sites. So you can come over to the likes of Facebook, Twitter, you can even send through email. And there's loads of different methods that you can utilize to send traffic. Like there's any amount of social media presence online that you can actually utilize. The problem with this is, even though this method would work to promote your websites, you can't just go around spamming your links and trying to get people to either promote or to follow you online if you have no audience. So if you're only starting out and you're an absolute newbie to all this online presence, nobody has the slightest idea of who you are. So for you to try and go in and start promoting straight away, nobody's even going to look at you, because they don't know you, they don't trust you. Even though you have access to all this media, it's still not going to be relevant to you. So you can check out the websites that you have here, but you can also come in and create your own site. So you can literally add in your website name, you can add in a description for the website, you can add in a website footer, you can add in your own logo images, and you can add in other criteria. And once you've done that, then you'll be able to generate the site. So just to give you an example of that, once a site has actually been created, this is pretty much how specific sites will actually look like on the platform. Now they're fine for what they are, and they do work, and the layout is actually fairly decent, everything is easily accessible. The problem you have with it, like I mentioned, is because it's hosted on the domain of the app itself, there's no guarantees that anybody's even going to see this if you try to promote it. There's no guarantees that it will rank in Google. Not only that, the one big issue that a lot of people will have with sites like these here, and you do have to be careful of, is that there are so many cryptocurrency sites online, and the big issue with that is it's almost impossible to know which ones are legit and which ones are scams, because there's so many shady deals and scams going on online at this moment in time. Even though if your site that you create with this program, that you try to get it to be legit, there's no way that people will even be able to know or even realize that it actually is a legit platform. And like I said, there's no way of knowing whether the site's actually going to rank or not. So you do have to be very, very careful, like, because there's so many of these type of sites online, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to actually fit in amongst a massive mess of websites that are also competing to do the same thing. So that's where you're going to find a lot of issues. So you can feel free to go through a lot of the other options. Again, it's pretty much just your simple affair, just checking out your website, saving some of the information. You can also create your own in-house ads. And if you've watched my talk video, you'll see that it uses pretty much the same visual editor to be able to create the advertisements. You can upload your own photos, or you can use photos from inside the platform, and it opens it up in a video editor. Now it's very basic, but you can literally come in and you can draw, you can write, you can add text, you can change the font size, you can change the color, you can even change how the text actually looks on screen. It's very, very simplistic, and you would use this as a visual ad then to post onto Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or whatever. And like, for what it is, it works, but you're not really going to use it as such. So you can also check out some of the display ads, and you can download some of the images that you can utilize to put onto the likes of your website. So you can paste it on the likes of the page, and then you can add your affiliate links and so forth from within. You can also come onto the training section, and they do have certain demo videos to show you actually how to use the software and implement the tools and features inside. And even with the support system and the help desk, you can ask questions or look at FAQs even of previous platforms also by the same vendor, which in all honesty, I actually have done reviews on a lot of these platforms, and they've all been just terrible in my opinion. Like, they don't really guarantee any sort of way to make money, and they just will actually waste you a lot of money. So I'll make sure to drop a link to a playlist below down in the description, and you can go and check them out, and you can see how bad of products they are as well. So there's not really much to it in terms of what it does. Like, it does work, it does generate the sites for you, and it does it very quickly and effectively, and it does work for what it is, but there's no guarantees that you're really going to be able to build a sustainable business on this. Which leads me on to the funnel and the upsells. So when you do come in and buy the front end version of the platform, again, which is only like $17, like for $17, it is what it is. You can mess around with it and see how it works, but ideally you probably should look elsewhere. But where you're really going to lose out in money, and I do mention this in all my videos, is when you start buying into all these upsells. So you will have access to like done for you features, unlimited traffic, even white label rights and the like. And to be honest, once you buy into all of these here, yes, to unlock certain features, but they're not really going to really benefit you, and they're not really going to expand the use of the platform in general as such. And you see that with a lot of platforms that are similar to this. People online never really get anywhere with them. They're always struggling to make anything work, and when they go looking for support, the support is almost non-existent, and 9 times out of 10 they will never even get a refund. So you'll be wasting your time, wasting your money, and it will just leave you with a massive headache. So in all honesty, platforms like this, and especially with it being around cryptocurrency, because it is a very touchy subject and a lot of it can be very shady, you do have to be very, very careful with how you approach certain criteria within these type of platforms. Unless you have a really good background and knowledge in cryptocurrency, you would be best to avoid this, especially if you're a newbie. Like, there are simpler ways to actually make money online, or to actually build a legitimate online business. Which leads me to the point I mentioned at the start of the video. Below in the description, I have a link to a free proven training platform that will actually teach you solid steps of how to actually build a sustainable business online, that will actually teach you the right steps that you need to take to build a solid foundation that will generate results over time, so that you can actually start making money online. So make sure to go and check that out below. And if you have found this review to be helpful, and you'd like to see more reviews like this where I share with you other ways of how you can make money online, and what platforms to actually look into that will be helpful, and what platforms that you should avoid, then make sure to leave a like on the video. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel, and again, hit that bell icon to be updated whenever future videos are released. Again, also be sure to check out some of the other videos on screen where I have provided other helpful guides, tips and reviews of other similar products that will teach you the right ways of how to build a business from scratch, and also what you should avoid if you really want to see results online. So make sure to check them out, and I will see you all over in the next one.